While you're watching the Savera, the United States and Japan have agreed to more discussions over US tariffs during ministerial talks in Washington, with another round of talks scheduled later this month. Japan's chief negotiator has said this today. Japan's economic revitalization minister Akazawa Ryoshi, who headed his country's delegation, held a first round of trade negotiations with his US counterparts in Washington, D.C. on Wednesday, according to its local time. Talking to reporters later, Akazawa said that the president indicated that talks with Japan on the levies should take top priority. US President Donald Trump, who joined the negotiators in a session at the White House, described the meeting as big progress. Trump posted on social media that it was a great honor to have just met with the Japanese delegation on trade. Akazawa held talks with U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent and Trade Representative Jameson Greer, and also met Trump at the White House ahead of the ministerial level negotiations. The talks were held following Trump's suspension of reciprocal tariffs for 90 days. The Japanese minister said that he shared Ishiba's message during the meeting that Tokyo wants to seal a deal as soon as possible that would help further strengthen the Japanese and US economies. Akazawa added that Tokyo and Washington agreed to hammer out a deal that the leaders of both the countries can announce. Meanwhile, in Tokyo, Japanese Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba told reporters that he believes that Japan can build on the latest talks in Washington for the next round. Ishiba had visited the US from February 6 to 8 and held the first in-person summit meeting with Trump in Washington, D.C. Japanese Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba and Trump agreed earlier this month that the countries would continue talks on the US-imposed import levies at the ministerial level. Ishiba and Trump had agreed earlier this month that the countries would continue talks on the US-imposed import levies at the ministerial level. Akazawa said that he strongly urged the United States to reconsider the tariffs it had imposed on automobiles, steel and aluminum, as well as its baseline 10% levy during the talks. Earlier in the day, the president indicated that the decades-old bilateral security treaty could be discussed during the talks with Japan. A Japanese government source said that Trump mentioned a potential increase in Japan's defense budget during Wednesday's talks. Trump has urged Japan to pay more to host US forces, describing the forced World War II arrangement agreed in 1960 as so one-sided. The Trump administration has included Japan in a list of trade partners covered by his sweeping tariff regime, revealed earlier this month, urging Tokyo to open the Japanese market further by easing non-tariff barriers such as auto safety regulations, subsidies, and the systems for importing and distributing rice. Trump set the reciprocal tariff on Japanese imports at 24%. Trump has also imposed an additional 25% tariff on automobiles produced outside the United States and 25% levies on all imported steel and aluminum. Japan now faces a 27.5% total tariff on passenger vehicles, dealing with a blow to a key industry that accounted for nearly 30% of the country's total exports to the United States by value last year. Stay tuned to the Savera for more updates and do subscribe to our channel and download the Savera app.